Hello YouTube, it is me again, back with another video, and this time, as you can see, we are having another nude model moment, so I hope you don't mind that too much. So this drawing is going to be a little bit of a throwback to some of the earlier videos on my channel. I used to do these color palette challenges, and I think I did 9 of them, if I'm remembering correctly. But I just really wanted to do more color palette challenges because I love finding new, interesting color palettes, and I love the challenge of trying to rework an image. And for this one, I decided to go completely without line art. There's only one area where I use a little tiny bit of black, and it's technically a little bit of cheating, but it was only to provide a little bit of depth and exaggeration on the eyelashes. That's it. Everything else is completely without line art, and I'm pretty dang proud of it. So I wanted to go for a sort of ethereal look, but instead of doing just straight up mixing these colors on the fly, I decided to create a little bit of a chart, which you can see me doing now, where I checked each of the colors as they blended together. Oh, hush, computer, silence yourself. I got an Instagram notification, but I sort of made a little mixing chart like you might if you did like a watercolor color challenge. I just made a solid chart so that I could pull from these different colors based on the 5 originals, and now our nude model is on screen. At least I think so. I'm not sure. I think I may have started my recording a little bit before I pressed play, or maybe a little after, I don't know. Anyway. So this one, I wanted to go with a sort of ethereal goddess-looking character, somebody who was very, I wanted to have a pretty headdress and a very interesting pose, and I like this pose because it seems sort of like someone who's meditating and sort of balancing, right and wrong and so on and so forth, and I wanted to create this very interesting, almost alien-like figure, this female figure, and I do have, it's obviously a human woman, but the colors don't lend themselves to skin tone, so I just went with a sort of bluish skin tone for this female, and this blue and pink and purple palette that I was given. Ultimately, I just really loved the way that it turned out. It was interesting to work without line art. I didn't go about it the way that I've seen other people who do no line art challenges. I just laid down my base sketch, which you can see me making right now, and then I colored the base colors directly on top with a slight opacity so I could see the line work underneath. I shaded a little bit with the line art still visible, and then I just went in and added some more depth and detail with the opacity turned all the way up. And I think that was a very good way for me to start kind of dipping my toe into no line art. I do like line art, but I also love the look of more painterly pieces, and it's something that I've always aspired to do, and I think it challenges me to create contrast in a way that I have been sort of lacking in some of my line art pieces, because the line art is usually such a bold and dark color that I sort of lose a lot of the contrast in the colors that I was hoping for. So for this, I had to make sure I really balanced the contrast to make sure all of the shadows were distinct, and to make sure that all of the pieces stood out from each other while using the same basic color palettes for each of them with the same values and so on and so forth. Some part of me is tempted to take this image and bring it into a grayscale wash and then come back over it with the soft light feature to do a more realistic coloring with, flesh tones and realistic hair tones. But at the same time, I really love how this sort of blue ethereal goddess figure turned out. So I'm definitely going to be doing some more color palette challenges in the future, and that will probably be what I devote some of my filming time to while I wait to get some more responses on which characters you want to hear more about. I think it's very important for me to know which characters and which stories you want to hear more about, so I'm going to give you as much time as possible to make sure that I have as many comments as I can possibly gather about which comments or about which stories and which characters you want to hear more about. So with that said, I think I'm going to leave you guys to the next 5 or so minutes of this video to just watch me do my attempt at a painterly style. So I hope that you enjoy it. I certainly had a lot of fun painting it and drawing it, and with that said, have a good morning, evening, afternoon, nighttime, time of day, and I will catch you guys in the next video. If you're subscribed, which you should be, you should also click the notification bell to turn on notifications and hit that like button. Drop a comment in the comment section down below. I really enjoy hearing from you guys. It makes my whole day when I see I got a new comment. I kind of drop what I'm doing and just go and read my comments, and I try to respond to each and every one of them. So that said, I will catch you guys in the next video.